What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. For what you don't realize is part 2 of this video. I already recorded this video once, and then stuff changed and said, well, let's just do it over. PSA had some news today. Recorded that video, set it up to drop this morning, and then right before I went to bed, Nat said, oh, we're going to sneak in a little bit of more news on the down low. And I figured it was worth discussing as well. So what happened today? PSA I guess collectors, really. It's really going to be hard for me to not. If I say PSA, I just mean collectors for basically the entirety of this video. It's really hard for me to separate those two. Collectors essentially announced today that they are uniforming everything under one umbrella. One login, one password for collectors, Goldin, and their new vaulting service, which was the big announcement today. And then, Nat, like I said, had an announcement later in the day. The vault is now open. There are some details on that. We'll get to that in a minute. But essentially, Vault Wars are officially here. We've talked about this a bunch before. There are all these vaulting services now. How many of them do we really need? I don't know. You have PSA. You have eBay. I have to imagine Fanatics at some point in time is going to have something, along with PWCCs of the world, Alt, and a host of other smaller ones that I am probably forgetting. But the major players, in my opinion, are going to be collectors, eBay, and then whatever Fanatics ends up doing. I have to imagine Fanatics wants a piece of this as well. They're going to have their own, hey, buy the card, sell the card, we'll hold the card, resell the card again, this, that, and the other thing. That's what everyone is going to. Everyone wants to present you with one-stop shopping. Like I said, we'll kind of dig into the PSA details a little bit more, collector's details here in a minute. The thing that caused me to say, all right, I need to either add on to the video I already recorded or just re-record it, and I would rather just re-record it. Tonight, Nat tweeted out, huge week at PSA, Vault launched after 12 months of hard work by the team, allowing collectors to automatically vault their cards from the grading room. First, this is the newsy part. First cards were graded and shipped out of our new New Jersey grading office and prep for the National next week. So New Jersey is open. As I tweeted, insert GIFs of a fully armed and operational Death Star. Both buildings are open. And that's, how many cards they start cranking out of there. I'm sure it will take them time to ramp up. I'm sure that is not a full team in that building yet. It's going to take some time for that to come online, but it is open. I did tweet at Nat and did ask when submitted, what will determine what goes to New Jersey versus California. Will it be as simple as where they're shipping from? And he did reply, it won't be up to the customer. We'll handle that behind the scenes. So, and once again, I don't know. I'm just guessing here. I assume when you print your submission label out, it's just going to have the address where they want you to send the cards. Whether certain types of orders go to certain places, who the hell knows? My guess is it's probably going to depend on what workflow looks like at each site and where you're shipping from. Probably a combination of those two things. But if one facility doesn't have much of a backlog, you'll probably send your orders to that facility. If the other side of the country is a little backed up, they might have you ship them off to the other side. Who knows? I have to imagine that's how it'll play out. This also makes my prediction of all the on-site grading stuff that everyone's going to be dropping off in New Jersey. I am willing to bet a large chunk of my collection that is going to go in a car or a semi or whatever, and just get trucked right up the coast to the new New Jersey office. I had a feeling that was going to be the situation before this was announced that it was open, but now, yeah, I'm going to be willing to double down on that bet in Atlantic City, that those things are just going to go up to Jersey City to be graded at that site. Does not make sense to haul all that stuff back to California when you got a couple hour drive or an hour drive, whatever it is with traffic, up the coast to Jersey City. So to me, that is almost just as big as the other stuff that they announced. They're already grading between 850,000 and 1 million cards a month just out of California. and now New Jersey is going to come online and start to build from there. We're heading for pure grading price wars. We 100% are. You are already seeing it, PSA with the $18 thing. I am expecting an SGC price change any day, anytime. I would not be surprised for Peter to go live on IG and announce whatever it is that they're going to do between now and next week. As I stated in the PWCC Beckett video last night, it's going to be a news-heavy next 7 to 10 days. A lot of companies are going to be announcing a lot of things and trying to capture that news cycle of the National. So I would expect a lot of news drop-like videos. Let's go over and bounce over to this really quick. Collector's Vault, once again, you'll be able to send in any card that you want graded $100 value or more. It does not have to be just the PSA slab. If you have cards graded from PSA, you could transfer them to the vault. Those are going to be stored in Delaware. There's a whole, we're not going to go through all the individual details of, the who, what, when, and where, but it does say 0 storage fees. So I'm guessing, which I don't know for sure, you probably need to be a Collectors Club member to get access to this. I don't know, but it says 0 storage fees. So I don't know where fees, no storage fees, collectors restore items, free of charge in a Delaware vault, where they would be fully covered by insurance. Sales tax is not applicable for orders shipped to the collector's vault. Keep that in mind. It's in Delaware, sales tax free state. And then they are going to have collection management tools with some pricing things. I am guessing, because Card Ladder was not mentioned on this when they talked about like one user login and all that stuff. Card Ladder was not one of the things mentioned, but I have a feeling this information here, I could be wrong, I'm speculating, is being powered by Card Ladder. I would have to imagine. I could be wrong, but it just seems to make the most sense that you would leverage the fact that you have Card Ladder in-house already to populate that data in. Maybe we'll get more information on that. But any graded card over $100 is applicable for this. You are allowed to submit at the National, so that is that. And then you will be able to then take these and sell them on Goldin's Liquid Marketplace. This is the only part that, and listen, Tinfoil Hat Brigade, I know you're going to come at it in the comments with the whole auction house being associated with a grading company, conflict of interest stuff. The conspiracy theory, hobby conspiracy theorists are going to eat this up. Everyone's doing it. PWCC is partnered with Beckett and CSG. PSA has Goldin, which they actually own, not a partnership. It's all one company. So maybe you view that as a little bit differently. Guess what? Fanatics is probably going to do the same thing. Whether it's them partnering with someone, starting their own, or just straight buying someone, who knows? But I have a strong suspicion Fanatics is going to have a grading company of choice. Which one it ends up being, who the hell knows? You have CSG partnering with eBay, PSA partnering with eBay for authenticity. All these companies are connected. I get it. We want to put the tinfoil hats on and we want to dive in and find all the little conspiracies and so knows such and such so they get better grades and this, that, and the other thing. Relax. Everybody just relax. All these companies are tied into each other. It is what it is. Either freak out about it or just live your life. I don't know what to tell you. But you will be able to sell directly from the vault via Goldin. The only thing that's a little bit weird here is I don't think of Goldin as a mid to low end marketplace. PSA is saying slabs $100 and more. That's pretty low end, $100. That's just not where I think to go to Goldin to buy. Now, maybe they end up spinning out. It says the alt liquid marketplace or Goldin liquid marketplace. I'm not super familiar with Goldin and all how it works, other than to watch a couple high-end sales every once in a while. I don't know if maybe they're going to try to market this other or liquid marketplace or a section of Goldin as being more like the everyday collector's place to go to look at cards, because that's just not how I mentally think of Goldin right now. And I think that perception needs to change before a lot of stuff starts getting sent over there. I could be wrong. From my perspective, not a huge vault guy. I only want to use vaulting for stuff that I don't plan on keeping long term. I like to have my cards in my hands 9 times out of 10. That being said, something like Star Stock was technically a vaulting service. I used that quite a bit. I enjoyed my experience over there with them, but those were all cards that I never really actually wanted to own, if that makes sense. I bought them with the sole purpose of I am going to sell this at some point in time later, hopefully for more money. That's where I would want a vaulting service to come into play. And for me, I'm going to lean towards eBay for right now for that stuff. Now, eBay has a lot to show me. They still haven't rolled it out for lower dollar stuff. It's still pretty pricey. So I need to still see how that's all going to play out. Is it going to work? You know, how well is it going to work? It's still $750 and up. I need to see that come down to a lower threshold so I can actually use this thing. But if I'm going to vault cards, it's mostly going to be stuff for like that because it's just hassle-free. I don't need to ship it. I don't need to pack it up. It's just all right there. Poof, pop it online, done, sell it. It transfers over. I can wipe my hands of it and move on to the next thing. So that's where I utilize a vaulting service. But I understand people, have extremely high dollar collections and want it somewhere like this for security and safety. As we talked about yesterday, and I have not read the fine print on this, make sure you read the fine print whenever you enter into any sort of agreement with a vaulting company. I mean, collectors, you would think they're not going anywhere anytime soon. That's a pretty big company. I would still be reading the fine print just to make sure that you're comfortable with whatever their policies and procedures are that are hiding down in there. If you're sending off tens of thousands of dollars worth of stuff to them to hold on to for you. So we'll see how this all plays out. We are 100% in Vault Wars, though. Vault Wars, grading pricing wars, and consolidation in the hobby. Companies wanting to be one-stop shops, cherry picking off other smaller companies to bring into the fold, to put more value-added services and whatever other business keywords you want to throw into there. That is 100% where we're heading. It's going to be a handful of mega corporations with some little guys fighting for the scraps underneath. You're going to have Fanatics at the center of it all as the main center tent pole. You're going to have collectors on one side as another main attraction on the side stage, with eBay probably on the other one. To me, those are going to be the three major players that kind of control a large portion of this whole landscape. Fanatics in the middle, they're going to have their own online store. They're going to have their own selling platform. They're probably going to have their own vaulting service. We don't know what they're going to do with grading yet. And they also make the cards. eBay, largest selling platform that there is. They're getting into data tool stuff. It's They're getting into vaulting. We don't really know what that's going to look like. They're getting into the live selling platform to potentially compete with Whatnot and Card Shop Live and Loop and those other platforms like that. They're beginning to beta test that stuff. Collectors over here doing the same thing. They're already #1 in grading. Now they're adding vaulting. They picked up Goldin not long ago. They're doing VHS grading, coins, etc. All these companies, especially eBay and collectors, are trying to get this stuff in place and get people used to using them before Fanatics fires up. They want to get that established user base, get people comfortable with them before Fanatics comes online and really shakes up the snow globe. And then underneath them, you kind of have everybody else to some degree or another. It just kind of is what it is. No one else has the financial firepower to compete with these guys outside of CCG if they want to. CCG/CSG/CGC/ the G's and the C's. They have Blackstone behind them. That's a large chunk of cash if they want to leverage it. So they're not going anywhere, but I don't know if I see them all of a sudden getting into vaulting and all this other stuff that the other companies are doing. Maybe I'm wrong on that. And there is also potential Fanatics ties with Blackstone and Fanatics. So who knows what ends up going on with that as well. But we shall see. I have a feeling this is the second of many news videos over the next 7 days, 7 to 10 days. But we'll find out. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bells. Come along for the ride. Catch you guys and girls on the next one. Peace.